All right, guys, so this is just a practice session for the song Goodbye Yesterday. And I don't know how long it's going to last, if it's 5 minutes or 10 or 20 minutes, I don't know, but I'm just going to go over key parts to it. And I really encourage you to practice with this because this is one of those songs we need more than 15 minutes on a Sunday morning, and we're doing it this Sunday morning on Easter. It's not hard, it's very rhythmic, but you just need to know all of the places, okay? So this is like for our eyes only. I mean, I've got the ceiling fan on. I know there's a little bit of a hiss sound from that. Audio's not great, but the point is, to give you an idea of this song. I guess let me just start by saying, first off, I uploaded a new version to Planning Center, newer than the one I did earlier this week. Let me just talk about that for a little bit. All of the bands that are doing worship songs, they just put the chords out there randomly, and they're trusting the musician's clock that's always going, and so they don't worry about putting the chord above the words. I mean, for most bands, that doesn't mean a thing to them. That hasn't been our practice. Honestly, if I'm honest, it holds us back. I need us all as musicians to develop where we're not relying on looking at that chord where it is above that word. But since that's not our practice, I did go back and redo it for key areas, not for the entire song, but for some of the key areas where you really need to know where it hits. Even one place I underscored, like there's underlined words on the bridge. You'll see it where it says the cross before and I won't turn back. I underlined the word cross, second syllable of before, and the word I, because that's right where those chords hit. Whenever I'm referring to it, I'm going to talk about the name that we have on our sheet. Like if I say verse 1, verse 2, chorus 2, I'm referring to what we have in front of us on Sunday morning. I attached a lot of cover videos for bass guitar, for electric, for drums, and all of that. They each use different language, but this is the one I'm talking about, and so you might have to do some deciphering. I don't know. Maybe they call it different things, but for our version of it, the verse is always, goodbye yesterday, I'm living in the light of a new day. And the chorus is always, again and again and again and again, that part. If you follow our sheet, we're going straight through exactly like they do on the one video where the whole band is playing from Elevation Rhythm, that team. We're going straight through the columns and even to the very end of the thing. A lot of times when they have tag, it's just a variation of something that already happened in the song. It's kind of a, I won't get into that part of it yet. But so the only other thing I'll say before we start is be sure to look at the chapters down there below the video, because if you want to go back and practice a part, you can practice it as many times as you want. There's going to be chapters for where I'm talking about just certain parts of the song. Maybe I'm talking about just vocalists or just instruments or whatever happens in this practice session. I'll put chapter markers so that you can go back and just touch that, click it with your mouse, whatever, and go straight to it, and you can practice it as many times as you want. All right, so let's start with what I would call the hardest part. It's second column. It's after verse 2, chorus 2. Then we have the turn. The turn is the intro again, but it's only half of the intro. The turn is half of the intro. And where I'm calling the hardest part is bridge. The bridge, we sing it 4 times. And right where it goes into the top of page 2. So I'm going to demonstrate it for you, and then we'll come back and break it down. So this is the bridge. Okay, here we go. Let's see, make sure. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I won't turn back. I won't turn back. The world before and the cross behind, and I won't turn back. I won't turn back. I won't turn back. I won't turn back. I won't. The world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. Again and again and again, out of the mess I was. So it goes on to that next part. I started chorus 3. But what we just did was the bridge 4 times, and then top of page 2, tag. Now, it sounds complicated. It's rhythmic. I don't think I would say syncopated. Most of it happens right on the beat, with the exception of that. That's definitely real syncopated, and all of the instruments, listen up, we hit those together. We hit all of that together. So let's start with the instruments. What you're doing, G to A minor. Okay, so for the guitarist, I don't know if you can see the position I'm using. I'm just bar chord, G, taking middle finger off, A minor, G bar chord, A minor, and that's going to strike on 1, 2. So here's our tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then notice that cross before and I won't turn back. So in your mind, you're thinking you're going to hit that E minor chord on the word cross. The cross before and I won't turn back. So it doesn't matter if you're playing bass guitar or keys or acoustic or electric. We're striking it together. So count with me. Let's practice at the bridge. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready again. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Behind and I. Okay, so the trick is simply keeping that clock going in your mind. So the drum is given us, and this week it's Kyle on the drums. It's that strong kick. Boom, 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 boom. That happens most of the song. There's a couple of times, and you'll see it on that drum track where it goes out and then comes back in for different things. But the main thing for the drum is if we can keep that kick drum going, that tells us, where we're at in the beat, and it's just going strong. even if you don't get all of the toms and all that other fancy, it does a lot of fancy stuff and it's wonderful. You can throw anything in there that you want, drummer, but that kick really helps us land on the beat. So now here's the thing. Don't let the vocals throw off the chords. The chords are easy if all of the musicians can be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4. Where it can get tricky is because the chord is hitting and then the vocals are echoing. Now vocals will work in just a second a little bit more with just vocals, but this I'm talking mainly for the instruments right now. The instrument is striking. I have decided to follow Jesus. The world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. So I'm even planning that little thing I'm doing with my finger. I'm planning to do that as we do it Sunday morning. And if that becomes a reference for you, anything at all that just helps you go, oh yeah, we practice this way. So, and as you're playing these chords, boy, Larry, just if I forget to say it, lots of loaded, like rock style electric lead guitar on this song. On your cover video, the guy even says, here's the settings I use. He's, just for a second, let me switch to Larry here. It's 12:12 in the video. I'll try to remember that. So I'm mimicking like the intro is. Hear that sound? Now he does it up here on the neck, and it's, I know it's going to be different for you. I'm kind of doing it my own way down there, but. And then the C chord. You'll have to kind of watch that, but he has a lot of great effects and probably reverb. I don't know what all is in his setting, but every time it comes back to that repeat, man, the guitar is very, very prominent. And in fact, at 13:06 in the video. Okay, so for the intro, it's mainly kick drum with electric guitar. And that is so cool. And the whole band doesn't even come in until praise the Lord, I've been born again. Right there is where the whole band comes in. All right, so back to the rest of the group. Everybody, 1340. Okay, so at the bridge, let's go through the whole bridge, trying to play and sing it. I'll be singing it, but my advice would be to the instrumentalists, even if you've got a mic in front of you, at this point, really concentrate on the chords. Unless you're super, super confident on the singing thing, it's fine to just not sing and really focus on the chords. But here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have decided to follow Jesus. The world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I have decided to follow Jesus. The world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I have decided to follow Jesus. The world behind and the cross before, and I won't. One more time. I have decided to follow Jesus. The world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I won't turn back. I won't turn back. The world behind and the cross again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was in. You traded my sorrows for something to sing. Dancing in the grave that I once right here. C, D, E, minor. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Okay, so we finished bridge and tag 1, and I went on to chorus 3, and then it repeats chorus 2. Sort of same as above, but slightly different. I'll explain that as we go. Let's focus right now on chorus 3, followed by chorus 2. That is a repeat of earlier chorus 2. So on chorus 3, you don't play any chords until you get all the way down to the bottom, the A minor chord. All it is one note stuff. And it's just at the end of each line. It's not hard, but it might be a little advanced. If you don't feel good about playing these one note things, then don't. Come back in on the A minor chord. I would love it if we have some electric guitar, even if you don't nail it. I think it'd be fine. Like even if we don't get all of those parts exactly right. So I'm gonna show you real slow, all of guitars. This is bass guitar. It's electric. It's keys. It's acoustics. But what you do is you don't play, it's singing. So the last line of the tag 1, the cross before it I won't turn again and again and again. You hear that? Again and again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was. So what it does is, as soon as you finish line 2, it goes straight into the C note of line 3. There's no break between A, G, C, D, E, and then G minor chord. So let's walk through it super slow. The cross before and I won't turn again and again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was in. You traded my sorrow for something to sing. Now I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. That was chorus 3. Let's do it again. Slow. Practice with me. End of the tag. The cross before it I won't. Again and again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was in. Traded my sorrows for something to sing. I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Let's do it up tempo now. So this song cooks. We're not going to do full speed, but it's at 150 beats per minute. So it's it's a fast song. It's cooking. We're not doing it that fast, but let's go about like this. End of tag going into chorus 3. 1, 2, 3. The cross before it I won't turn again and again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was in. I traded my sorrow for something to sing. I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Okay, do it again. You're getting it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. The cross before and I won't turn again and again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was in. Traded my sorrow for something to sing. Now I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. I think I'm actually too low singing. Now again. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I messed that up. Same place again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. The cross before it, I won't turn. Again and again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was in. You traded my sorrow for something to sing. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Okay? Practicing again. Chorus 3. Here we go. Leading into chorus 3. You crossed before it, I won't turn back. Again and again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was in. You traded my sorrow for something to sing. You're dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Again and again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was in. You traded my sorrow for something to sing. I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Born again. Oh, praise the Lord, I've been born again. Back to the intro. Now we're on the instrumental. I called it intro. He does it twice. A lot of ad-lib is happening during the song doing that. Tag 3 is our ending. I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Praise the Lord, I've been born again. So for that ending, what we want is a lot of just drums, just do-do-do-do-do-do, holding out that C chord, electric guitar, like if you can find a note, way up there, just really, or if it's down on the net, what, I don't know, but just, you know what I mean, keys, just holding that out. It is like a festive celebration right at that point. Okay, so yeah, after we do tag 2, you're looking at the top right column, page 2, and that's the part, oh, praise the Lord, I've been born again. Ooh, praise the Lord, I've been born again. Instrumental. It's kind of like the intro. Does it 2 full times. This is him on the video. You are a dance before the Lord. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The tag 3 is our ending. I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Praise the Lord, I've been born again. And that C chord never resolves to the G, it just fades off into infinity. So let's see, we're 24-minute video already. I'm sorry, but there's a lot, you can just see there's a lot to practice. I'm going to try to do the whole thing like from the beginning. One thing is that I didn't really say, going into page 2, there's an echo. Okay, vocals, we're at 25 minutes. For the vocals, we have an echo. I'm singing, I won't turn back, I won't turn back, I won't turn back, I won't turn back, I won't turn The world before and the cross before. World behind, the cross before. I want you. So there's an echo. I'm attempting to sing. It's like it is. It's the top of my register. Probably the echo is happening down here unless it just feels super easy. But the main thing is one voice, my voice, echoed by all the singers. And that you need to be aware of that, the echo part. And then I wanted to work with the vocals also on the part that's a lot of syllables and a lot of notes, real quick in repetition, again and again and again and again. You guys have already figured it out. Like, I'm amazed at how the brain does this, but you look for the patterns, right? And their pattern repeats over and over again. So if you're listening to the song, it kind of sounds impressive. There's a lot of notes being sung real rapidly, but don't let it throw you off. It's repeating 3 notes, a little pattern, again and again and again and again. It does that all the way until, let me go through it and let's just see which word it changes on. Again and again and again and again, you rescued me out of the mess I was in. All of that's repeating, same notes. You traded my sorrow for something to sing. Now I'm dance. See dance? See what just happened? Now I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. So it just repeats that little turnaround over and over and over until it gets to dance. It goes up a note. Again and again and again and again, you rescued me out of the mess I was in. You traded my sorrow for something to sing. Now I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. So if in our minds we're just thinking, I'm just repeating until I get to dance. Dance is different, okay? The rest of it, to me, is very singable, very easy. There's such a sweet melody line. Goodbye, yesterday. I'm living in the light of a new day. I won't waste another minute in my old ways. Praise the Lord, I've been born again. There are some ad-libs in there, like on top right corner of page 2. Oh, 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 praise the Lord, I've been born again. Ooh, praise the Lord, I've been born again. Some of that is sort of ad-lib, and there is a place after we do verse 1 twice. So you got the intro, and then verse 1, you sing it twice. And then when all the band comes in, there's an ad-lib thing that I'll do, just like the worship leader does on there. I'm talking about it's called instrumental, full band, right during that segment. But then we all come in together on again and again and again and again. Okay, and I'm just trying to think, anything else vocally? On the bridge, vocals, it's just a timing thing, and I'm going to try to actually cue it. I mentioned this earlier in the video, but it's working with the instruments. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. So now that little hand gesture is more than just a tick or something. It actually serves a purpose, because we can all cue off of it to see where the notes are happening for the vocals, and the instruments can kind of see that and go, yeah, I remember that. But the other thing it does is it directs the congregation. And I mean, it's kind of helping them, but it's really helping us. So let's do that segment vocals. We are going into the bridge, the turn, and then the bridge happens 4 times. And immediately after the bridge, remember there's an echo. So going into the top of page 2, I sing, you echo. I sing, you echo. You echo twice, and then you come in at the world behind, the cross before, and I won't turn back. Okay? Here we go. So at the turn, going into the bridge, 4 times on the bridge, tag at the top of page 2. Here we go, vocals. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind. Going into the echo, my voice, I won't turn, echo, I won't turn back, I won't turn back. The world behind, the cross before, and I won't turn back. I won't, oh, I won't turn back. I won't. The world behind, the cross before, and I won't turn back. Again and again and again and again, you rescued me out of the mess I was in. You traded my sorrows for something to sing. Now I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Again and again and again and again, you rescued me out of the mess I was in. You traded my sorrows. Okay, good job, vocals. Way to go. Pat yourself on the back. I'm going to ask you if you did that. I did think of, what was it? There was one other thing I was wanting to tell the instruments. Oh, where was that? Bear with me. Let me think about this for just a moment. Yeah, it's gone from me. I am sorry. I guess this isn't it, but one thing I would point out is, why is chorus 2 any different than chorus 2 at the beginning? In other words, why is chorus 2 that's on page 2 any different than chorus 2 that's on page 1? Look at it for just a second. On page 1, you do chorus 2 2 times. However, the first time that you do it, it's staccato. Look at chorus 2 on page 1. It's got the alligator brackets around it. It means chop it off. That third E minor is where you come back in. And actually, if I remember right, check your individual video, drums, guitar, and all of that, but I think that's the spot where everything drops out and it's only like just keys and acoustic, and it's very rhythmic. And then when you come in on that last E minor chord, it like, man, it just builds and builds. When you repeat it, you disregard the brackets. You just play it normal. Does that make sense? First time through staccato. Oh. Second time. Okay, I do remember the other thing I was going to say, and I guess it was more for the vocals. Don't hold out notes long, especially on this song, but on most modern music, you don't hold out notes beyond, like, they just chop off sooner. You don't sing, but it's more like you sing, and there is intentional dead space in between. Lots of times, you know, when you hold your vocal out longer, man, that's a great chance to do the vibrato and all that, but that's not really today's style. So just primarily, definitely on this song, but for all of us as just a rule of thumb, if you find that when we've got 8 singers on the stage, if your voice is carrying like beyond everybody else, be aware of it, like, oh, we all cut off together. And definitely on this song. All right, guys, I know it's a very long, I'm sorry, my goodness, I thought 15 minutes or 20. We're at 36. I'm going to do one complete the whole way through. This is how we'll do it Sunday morning, okay? I'm going to try my best. I may mess up, and if I do, hey, you know what? Even if the wheels fall off, we keep going, right? We keep going. So, beginning of the song, remember, it's only lead guitar and kick drum, boom, 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 boom. So I'm faking that right now. I won't be playing like on Sunday when we start at the start of the song. I'll just be counting us off and I'll be clapping. Okay, until the instrumental and the full band. But for now, you get the idea. Okay, here we go. Full song, full version. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. Goodbye, yesterday. I'm living in the light of a new day. I won't waste another minute in my old ways. Praise the Lord, I've been born again. Goodbye, yesterday. In the light of a new day. I won't waste another minute in my old ways. Praise the Lord, for when I've been born again. Traded my sorrow for something to say. Now I'm dancing in the grave that I once lived in. Goodbye, yesterday. I'm living in the land of a new day. I won't waste another minute in my old ways. Praise the Lord, I've been born again. Goodbye, yesterday. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. I've got resurrection in my veins. Oh, praise the Lord. I've been born again and again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was in. You traded my sorrow for something to sing. Now I'm dancing in the grave that I once lived in. Again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was in. You traded my sorrow for something to sing. Now I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I have decided to follow Jesus, the world behind and the cross before, and I won't turn back. I won't turn back. I won't of the grass I was in. You traded my sorrow for something to sing. Now I'm dancing on the road that I once lived in. Again and again and again and again. You rescued me out of the mess I was in. You traded my sorrow for something to sing. Now I'm dancing on the road that I once lived in. One of those praise the Lord songs. We're on the instrumental, lots of ad-lib. Oh, you want to dance before the Lord. Yeah, 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 yeah. We're going into the tag, it's our ending. We're 1, 2, well, I'm dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. Dancing on the grave that I once lived in. So praise the Lord, I've been born again. Okay, so I missed some stuff in there, a couple of words I left out, and the ending, the very last line, I did not go to E minor D C properly, but I'll try to Sunday. And I hope that helps. Thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end. You deserve like a hamburger or something. Go reward yourself. I'm not buying it for you. You go buy your own hamburger. We'll see you Sunday morning at 8:45.